When I see a black man and one man, I think of strength, black empowerment we have within, building community development. Let's continue to build our own. Let's continue to stay strong. Motivation, no matter the hate, no stopping. You just go. Listen up to Quan, John, and Queen P for giving us a voice. Speak up for what's yours and yell and make that noise. We are kings and we are queens. Melanated royalty, just getting started. Loving self, self and knowledge. Stack that wealth. Motivational motors, y'all.
So, bottom line is, you guys just aren't a bookstore. Like, I need to get that out of my head. I need to stop saying that.
For real.
This is not just a bookstore. Because the summer program you mentioned, I have never heard of a summer program do all of that. No. The summer program we enrolled in, they were like, here's a list of books that you should read. Sign off when you read it. Put a sticker there. Come in.
Right, that's it.
You will get a little ticket to Pizza Hut and get yourself a free pizza.
That's it.
That was it. There were no worksheets and games and discussions and songs. Like, what? I should have signed up for this, but it wasn't out yet, so it's okay. But I just, really quick, we really played past something that I'm just loving right now, is the fact that y'all said y'all met or you got together last Kwanzaa, is what you said. And with the opposite, I can't tell you.
I knew that. I know that, but you know, get your mind spinning when they said that. Because I've been celebrating Kwanzaa ever since we were little, and so many Black people say, "I don't know what that is. What are we doing? What is that? I've heard of it, but I've never celebrated it." You taught me. You taught me the elements of Kwanzaa.
Wow. And that's why the Emancipation is hosting a Kwanzaa extravaganza this year virtually, so everybody who told us, I don't know what that is, can join and we can celebrate Kwanzaa for the 7 days together. But I just love that you just said it. And I was like, yes, boo, yes. Celebrate your Kwanzaa. I love you.
That's great. Speaking of Kwanzaa, we're actually working on putting together a class for the kids to teach them Kwanzaa this upcoming season. So that's something that's in the future. Looking forward to it.
Definitely.
You guys for real sponsor the Kwanzaa event coming up. I'm telling you. Absolutely. I'm gonna need y'all to sponsor that.
They got to be part of that, for real.
You gotta be, because that's crazy.
Let them know what the Emancipation Movement was about in June, just to give them an idea of what you're speaking of.
Okay, so the Emancipation Movement is a movement, I would say, or organization of Black people who took a pledge to become resources of knowledge for other Black people. So we grow up and you always hear, you grow up as an adult and you realize that there are a bunch of things that you should have been taught when you were a kid that you weren't, simply because your parents didn't have it or their parents didn't teach them. So we grow up without that knowledge that most other races are born into. So we don't gain that knowledge until we are well in our 20s, maybe even 30s. So it was through a bunch of connections and relationships with people that I realized that this is ridiculous. Why am I 28 years old and I'm just learning that I should be investing in the stock market? Why am I 28 years old and I'm just learning what is it, 30% utilization on a credit card is? I'm 28 years old and I'm just learning about my credit score. Like, why is it that I'm just not learning about this stuff? But you see other races, specifically white people, they are born knowing that stuff. They know that stuff straight out of the womb. Like, they're born into it and they're taught that. So the Emancipation Movement was about sharing that knowledge. So this past Juneteenth, we had a virtual event where everybody got together and we just shared that knowledge on different aspects of Black life. So we had experts in those fields. So we had financial literacy expert. We had Dr. Boyce Watkins speak. He couldn't be there live, but he spoke at the event. Q, he was our career development expert. We had, it was amazing. It was beautiful. And a bunch of people got together. And so that movement, the Emancipation Movement, is who is or what is hosting the Kwanzaa event coming up. So that's what it's about.
I love that.
You guys got to be part of it. It's a great thing for the culture. Yeah, and that's like I said. And with Portia, I want to give you a pat on the back again for her to put that together. Man, it was so innovative and so instrumental. And I said, damn, if we had the resources really to make this international, this would be so grandiose. Because I'm like, we got people out here with the resources out here that are not doing the things that Miss Portia Mystique and what you guys are doing at SOULTRY reads. You know what I'm saying? These are grassroots efforts right here. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, no doubt. Y'all doing it for the love of the culture. But in my professional opinion, because I do this for a living, this is going to make you guys a fortune. I'm serious.
We claim it.
I'm claiming it. This is real to life, man. Because I tell you, whatever you are passionate about, you're gonna put your all into it. You understand? Effortlessly. You know what I mean? You're not even thinking about the paper, and then 10 years down the line, you look into that bank account, you're like, oh, damn. All right. You understand? Let's keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So kudos to all three of you ladies, man. I have a question though. I want you. I know it's going to sound very cliche, but it's really not, though. Why is reading so fundamental? Right now, I want you to talk to the viewer right now that said, I ain't reading since I was in 6th grade. Talk to him or her right now, or the little child that doesn't like to read that's 10 and 12. Why is reading so fundamental? In your opinion.
One of our, I don't want to say principles, or like our vision that we have for the business. We say that knowledge is power, and that speaks enough in itself. With the power of knowledge, you are able to do whatever you want to do in life. You can go anywhere, do anything. And that's a big part. That's a big reason of why we want to encourage the Black community to read. And there's so many different benefits to reading. If you don't like reading, I mean, it can help with depression. It can help with, it's just, there's so many different things that reading can do for you. And it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to open this book and just read it. And no, there's so much that reading can do for you.
It frees the mind.
Yes.
It frees the mind. And also, like, starting reading at an early age, it's been proven that if a child does not learn how to read by 3rd grade, they suffer tremendously, not only in reading, but in every other subject in school. And speaking of school, relying on the school system to teach our children, especially our children, to learn how to read is not the way. They gave them the option in the early 90s to continue phonics in school or to take it out. Most public school systems do not teach reading based on phonics, which is the proper way to teach it, right? They're learning how to read based off of what a flashcard word looks like. It's based off of memorization and not sounding out the letters of the alphabet to learn how to read larger words as they grow, right? So just that in itself, and understanding that we have to put in the extra work, the extra time starting at home for our Black children to make sure that they can excel, from a young age and on forward.
Deep.
I hadn't even thought of that.
I know,
phonics
right?
really
she broke
isn't
it down in the science, right? She broke it down in the science.
Like I remember, like, we had the little hooked on phonics thing at home. I remember phonics being a part of the curriculum. It hadn't even occurred to me that they removed it. Like, I don't know what I was doing, but I wasn't paying attention. It just happened. That's crazy.
Yeah. But the thing is, a lot of private schools, schools that cater to whites and other races, they continue to teach phonics. They still include that in their curriculum. Yeah.
What?
No, I'm a daughter. I mean, I'm a parent of 2 daughters, a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old, right? My 4-year-old actually just started pre-K like 2 weeks ago, and she's ecstatic. I hope she keeps that up for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? The love of education now is not actually going to the public school system. But what age, if I'm a parent and I have a newborn child, what age should I start thinking about introducing them to reading? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, some people say, well, wait till they get to school. Some people say, let's do it at home when they're 2 or 3.
Oh.
What do you think?
My honest opinion, it's never too early. It's never too early. As soon as you want to, start doing it. You read to your child, whether the baby can comprehend it or not. Just hearing that, is getting them used to that when they get older. Just start whenever. And whenever.
Right. And it's crazy, man. Oh, Jessica, were you gonna chime in? Oh.
Yeah, another, and it stimulates their mind, right? And like just having that physical object. Like I have a 1-year-old, she just turned 1. She has books in her playpen. Sometimes she'll go and pick up her book and open up her book. She has particular books that she likes the most already. And she'll bring me a book to read to her. So it's just putting it in front of them, letting them see it, reading to them, letting them touch it. They have hardware books, they have soft books for babies to feel textures,
That's right.
So it's stimulating them at a very early age. And once you start there early, they don't leave books. My son is 7. He's an avid reader because I started with him very early.
That's what we talk about.
I love that you said you put the books in the playpen, and I start picturing different playpens that I've seen, and it's like you see a lot of toys, you see stuffed animals, maybe a pacifier, maybe a little bit of food.
Books.
You don't see books in a playpen.
Not at all. That's what I'm saying. I love my Black people. I'm trying to tell you. Let me just real quick portion before I forget this crazy thing. Yes. It wasn't crazy. It was actually, my daughter, she's 9. She's actually, I would say, in my own respect, she's a gifted and talented child. Yeah. And before she started kindergarten, I think she was looking sad one day. And me and my wife like, yo, what's going on with you? What you doing? She like, I can't read. And I said, but check it out. But I said, that was a win for me because she wanted to know how to read so bad that it brought tears to her eyes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now as a 9-year-old, avid reader like your son and all of that. And since I'm actually visually impaired in both eyes, so I need her to read everything from me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I bring that story up to say that our children, by putting the books in the crib is actually it's the symbolism of the book. Right now, they can't read when they're 5 months to 12 months. You know what I mean? But it's the symbolism of the book. And like I said, my daughter, she had tears with her eyes. I can't read. And for real, 2 weeks later, she was reading. I was like, damn, okay, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, why? Because she had the passion already, young ladies. Mm-hmm. The passion propels your progression. I'm serious. It's like without that passion, you can't do it. It could be something that you absolutely know nothing about. Have the passion for it. Mm-hmm. It's gonna come like that gracefully. You know what I mean? That's just God's will. He loves his Black people. You know what I'm saying? He put the barriers in our back all the time. And we have to take it upon ourselves to go. You understand?
Right. Yeah. So I have 2 questions now. So my first question is, where can we go to buy some books? No, sorry, 3 questions. Where can we go to buy books? Second question, do you ship internationally? Third question, how can independent authors get their books in your stores?
There you go.
Okay. Well, first you can find us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, or you can just go straight to our website, www.sultryreads.com. You can order books online right there. We'll send them to you. Currently, we do not ship internationally, but that is definitely something that we will definitely work on. I know, I apologize, but that's definitely something that we would love to work on. In the third question, I apologize.
Okay.
Third question is, how can an author come in contact with you guys and do business?
Yeah, definitely. Reaching out to us, whether it's via social media or our email, sultry.reads@yahoo.com. Just give us, some information about your background, your book. We will sometimes purchase a book from you, read through it, we'll discuss it, and we're like, okay, yeah, this is going to the store. Sometimes authors will send us books, we'll read them, and just put them in the store. Definitely.
Cool.
And we find a lot of authors too on social media.
Okay.
You find scout for books?
Yeah.
That's too bad. I'm telling you. That's a great marketing resource for social media. I'm telling you.
Really. It's funny because I've been in Facebook groups with a bunch of different writers and stuff, and a lot of people will ask, well, are there any publishers or anybody that's scouting for books? And I don't recommend people go through traditional publishers. I don't, just because it's your chances of being picked are winning a lottery, and it's just easier to self-publish if you know what you're doing, or get help if you don't. But there, a lot of people are like, well, what do I do? How do I get my book in stores? And of course you can go through publishing platforms, but they're always looking for a handout or somebody to come in and say, I got you. And so the fact that you guys scout for talent, I love that, because there's so many talented writers out there who just don't know what to look for. And the fact that you guys are out there looking for them That's amazing. Like, that is amazing. You can bless so many people with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? SOULTRY reads, they have motivational motives, habitual habitat, and generational ignorance. And I just hope at least one of them can pass the bar and get on the SOULTRY reads website. At least one. You know
motivational motives is on there.
It's on there.
Oh,
You're good.
Hold up. What? Motivation.
Your book is on our website.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Woo, man. I stopped drinking some years ago. I might have to take a drink after that. Yeah. Woo. Motivation motives is on there. Okay, let's go.
Congratulations.
And you want to know something? No, congratulations to us, because ladies, this is how me and Miss Portia Mystique met. We met as she's my editor, my formatter, my publisher, my confidant, and now she's my friend. You understand? So you guys, the viewers, you see how reading brought people together?
Yes.
You understand? I'm trying to tell you, man.